showed up super early. So I screamed at the delivery driver. I said, how dare you? I wanted to give my audience more Mario, and I couldn't because you showed up too early. How dare you be so fast? And the guy looked at me. He was like, huh? I said, get out of here. And I threw him back into his car. That's right. I was very upset with him for being early. Okay. Okay, so guys, we're going to get started. This is actually, you're going to find out this is not just what you think. This is not just a Steak Nuggets DSP tries it. You're going to find out in a moment that it's going to be a lot more than that. Okay? So this is going to be an interesting episode because I'm going to be doing quite a few different things. But please support it. I know we're early here, but look how close we are to our goal. We're at 123. Please, let's hit that goal by the end of the DSP tries it. So that way we can have momentum towards our next goal, which we determined earlier today. Okay? Okay, so I get ready, and here we go. Oop, hold on, because now these are blowing away, my napkins. I put them like that. There we go. Okay, ready? Let's begin. What is going on, everyone? DSP here. And it's time once again for another fun episode of DSP Tries It. Devour. My lights went out. Okay, so we're back, and we're back to form. What do I mean by that? Well, at its core, DSP Tries It not only has always been a taste testing show, but usually it's fast food, okay? Last two episodes, we took a departure. We went and tried some Indian cuisine, and then we tried some Mexican. Well, now we are back to the core values of DSP Tries It. Today, I'm going to be trying an item that has just been added to the menu at Arby's. It may be limited time. Usually what happens with these things is if they're well-liked, then they add them permanently to the menu, okay? Now, it has been a while since I've been to Arby's. If you take a look at the timeline here, it was February of this year when I last partook in the Arby. So it's 9 months ago. At that time, we were trying something new that honestly I don't even remember what it was, but I actually took that opportunity to try out their burger because I knew Arby's had a burger added to the menu, and I found it bizarre because they were always known as the place that didn't have the fried food, but then they added fried food. So I'm like, this couldn't possibly be good. This is not, their forte. That burger was amazing. That burger was outstanding. It was actually one of the better fast food burgers that I had ever had in recent memory. So I was like, whoa, maybe Arby's is better now. Maybe Arby's has stepped it up, and maybe their food is great. So today we're going to be trying a brand new item. It's called Steak Nuggets. It's not what you think. You're probably thinking, what? They took like the meat and they breaded it and they fried it and you dip it in sauce like a chicken nugget? Not really. You're going to see how it's a little different than that when we dive into this bag, okay? So we're going to be doing Steak Nuggets today as the main focus of the DSP Tries It. However, I haven't been to Arby's in a long time, right? And there's a lot of things on the Arby's menu that I've never tried. I've never tried their Reuben sandwich. I've never had their buffalo chicken sandwich. So I took the opportunity today. I said, why not try some of these other things that I've never had and see if I like them? I liked the burger. Stands to reason that maybe I would like a few other things. But in addition to that, there was a promotion that if you spent a certain amount, you get a free beef and cheddar sandwich. So I spent a little bit extra, and I actually also got their chicken tenders, which I've never had. So today, the DSP Tries It focus will be the steak nuggets, but we're also going to try the Reuben, the buffalo chicken sandwich, and the chicken tenders. That's crazy. Now, the question is it in the bag? Because that's a lot of food, and I was like, this is the bag they arrived with. So is it all in here? It's a good question. We seem to be 50-50 these days on if the right order is given to me when it arrives. So let's take a look. Oh, by the way, one other thing. I don't know what happened, but it appears the pricing was wrong in the delivery service that I use. I'm not kidding you. I got the Reuben, the chicken sandwich, and the tenders for under $5 each. and it wasn't on sale, it wasn't a special bargain. The pricing was just that. I'm almost positive that Reuben sandwich is more than that if you buy it at the store. I'm not going to complain. Basically, this bag of food was $20 for me. So, if anything, I can't really complain about pricing today because I think the pricing was wrong. Okay? Let's take a look at all the food that I just got. Ready? Okay. So, some napkins on top. Looks like they put a fork. Okay, what is this? These are the chicken tenders? Their chicken tenders look like French fries. Look how small they are. They're tiny. They literally look like the chicken fries at Burger King. Well, I'm glad I didn't pay a lot for them. That's like a huge ripoff. There's 3 in a French fry box. That's their chicken tenders? What on earth? Wow. They smell okay. All right, well, we'll see. Okay, what else is in here? So right on top, this I'm going to guess. Oh, I was going to say this is the beef and cheddar. No, they're saying this is the buffalo chicken. It's light. It's really light. Maybe that's why everything's so cheap. Maybe everything's small there now. It's small. It's really light. Like, that's barely a sandwich to me. Okay? I guess this is the steak nuggets. You want to know the funniest part? So this is like a sides container. And I'm not kidding you. This container was the most expensive part of the order. This is smaller than the chicken sandwich. Probably smaller than these tenders. And this was $8 and change for 5 steak nuggets. Now, the weird thing, I'm looking at them, right? I look at the bottom. Do you know what it says on the bottom? Oh, my camera doesn't want to focus. They actually put a date and time when you're supposed to get rid of them. So it says to get rid of these on Thursday, 10 a.m., October 16th. It is currently 3:37 p.m., October 15th. So they actually put a sticker on there to say, throw these out tomorrow morning. So how old are they then? They must not be fresh. They're warm, but how old are the steak nuggets? Did they make them 2 days ago? And they just warm them up and throw them in your bag? I don't know about this, guys. I guess we're going to find out. Anyway. Oh, boy. Put these to the side. Whoa. Whoa. This is big. This is the Reuben sandwich. This is really big. You can see the Thousand Island dressing is oozing through the side there. This is quite large, and this was like $4 and change. You think that's got to be wrong. They probably were supposed to charge like $8 for this, and the pricing is just wrong. Because this is the biggest thing in the bag, and this was like $4. Okay, and then lastly, a beef and cheddar sandwich. Now, I had beef and cheddar back in February, so I probably won't even eat this. Likely, I'll save this. This will be like a leftover, for a future meal or snack or something. I probably won't even touch it. All right. The other things I've never had. This I've had many times. I love their beef and cheddar. I'm not going to be trying this again. Okay. Okay. In fact, I'll just put that right back. Well, actually, hold on. I want to see what else is in the bag. So they gave me a honey mustard dipping sauce for the chicken tenders, a barbecue dipping sauce for the steak nuggets, and 2 packets of Arby's sauce. I don't know what Arby's sauce is. So, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. What is Arby's sauce? It's not barbecue sauce, correct? It's something else. Well, I guess we'll see. But, okay. Well, what to start with here? You know what? I think you guys want to see the steak nuggets first, don't you? Like, that's the main event we want to see. I know they need to stay warm. Let's eat the steak nuggets first. Okay. So, how about we do a close-up of all this food? Okay. I'm a little nervous about putting this sandwich down, and it's going to ooze everywhere. Hopefully not. So here's the steak nuggets. Let's open them. And let's see what the steak nuggets look like up close, okay? Well, I see condensation and juice running down the sides of the container. That's what the steak nuggets look like up close, okay? There are 1, 2, 3. I see 4. There's supposed to be 5, but I only see 4 in there, but maybe there is a 5th in there. Now, initially, believe it or not, they actually smell like char, like from a grill. But do they grill anything at Arby's? I'm not convinced they grill anything. So I'm not exactly sure that these are grilled or not. Maybe it's fake. Maybe they paint it on there. Maybe they do. Maybe they just paint the stuff on there. I don't know. Okay? Now you might wonder if these are steak, real steak, how chewy are these going to be? Because you know this isn't fresh steak. This has got to be like chewy ass meat, right? This is going to be interesting. Okay. So, again, for the record, this is 5. This was $8 and change, like $8.50 for 5 steak nuggets, okay? All right. What I'll do is I'll take a bite without anything, and then I'm going to actually use the barbecue sauce, because I think that's what you're supposed to eat them with. We'll try both, okay? So first up, let's take a look. Okay. Get a fork. I can't even get it open. The fork's not sharp, so I couldn't even, look at that. It bent the fork. The fork is so crappy. Look at this. It's like paper. It's garbage. How are you supposed to poke anything with that? It's not sharp at all. That's what they give you to eat meat. Right. Okay. Original Grant says, looks like something you'd mail to get tested somewhere. There you go. All right, well, moving them around. Here, the top one is actually quite small. And as I said, I can barely poke it with the fork because the fork is so crappy. So this is a small one, very small one on top. The rest are actually larger. And as you can see, you can actually see the cut of meat there. Looks pretty overcooked, right? Does to me. I guess we'll see. But I'm just going to eat this just like this. I'm going to pop it right in my mouth. See what it's like. You ready? Here we go. Steak nuggets from Arby's, everybody. Devour, devour. Okay. The initial impression, I was like, oh, this actually has some pretty good flavor. You could actually taste that char flavor that I had mentioned. Okay. And you could actually taste the beef. It actually has flavor. It's seasoned well. But then as soon as you start to chew on it and that initial wave of flavor hits your tongue, you're like, this is a little chewy. And man, this is dry. It is very chewy and very dry. Basically, it's just a nugget of steak. I don't know what cut of the cow this is, but it is overcooked for sure. It smells good. It actually tastes good, but it's overcooked. If it were good, it would be chewy, but actually have moisture inside so that you get, a nice juicy mouthful of meat. Instead, you're getting dry seasoned meat. Okay? Now, you might say, well, Phil, that's not fair. You ate it plain, right? Maybe you're supposed to put it in the sauce. So I got it right here. Standard Arby's barbecue sauce. Let's combine the two, shall we? Let's put them together. Let's see if that's what they're intending. We'll open the sauce. For the record, I have no idea what it's like. I don't think I've even had their barbecue sauce before. Oh, there's a napkin. It smells very sweet and very tangy. It doesn't smell smoky or anything like that, like a lot of barbecue sauces are. It's just very sweet and tangy sauce, okay? All right, so let's now try this second nugget. All right, dipped in the barbecue sauce. I'm going to try to completely envelop it in the sauce. There you go. And I'm going to try it and see if that improves the flavor of the nugget. Let's find out. Ready? Devour. Okay, honest reaction. That flavor of barbecue sauce actually goes really well with the flavor of the nugget, because the nugget has this char and also a savory seasoning, whatever they put on there. The sauce is tangy and sweet, so you've got completely different flavor profiles together. It actually did make the nugget taste better to me. The problem is the moisture aspect lasts about a quarter of a second, and then it's gone. And now you're just chewing this overcooked dry meat again. So what I would say is, it's not awful, because if the flavor was bad, it would be awful. The flavor is not bad. I like the flavor of the meat. It's definitely not done wrong, but man, it's too dry. Even dipping it in the sauce, it was still too dry. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, I love it, when it's just a dry meat. The other problem is, this is expensive. This is $8, over $8 for 5. And then there was I think there was an 8-piece, and it was like 12 and change. That's pricey. And I get it. It's red meat. But that is pricey when you think nuggets, right? Would you pay $8, $9 for 5 chicken nuggets from McDonald's? Well, this is supposed to be their competitor, correct? Now, interestingly enough, we got the other competitor. Let's do a head-by-head right now. This, again, are the chicken tenders that you can get at Arby's. As you can see, this is the 3. You could get 3 or 5. This was only $3.50 for 3 of these. Okay? Arguably, this is bigger. This is about twice the size as one of the nuggets. And it's less than half the price. Okay? Let's try it, and then let's try it with the honey mustard sauce that we have here. But let's just try it on its own, and let's see what the flavor is like. The first bite of the chicken tender from Arby's. Here we go. Ready? Devour. That's delicious. What is going on at Arby's that they have things you would never think are good, and they're actually really good? First, the burger. These chicken strips or chicken tenders are really tasty. So you bite into it, and immediately you realize it's moist on the inside. It's not dry. It's actually moist white meat chicken. Okay? It's actually, it's not going to focus, is it? It's juicy. I actually like it on the inside. It tasted great. but the camera won't focus on it because the camera's being annoying as hell. Yeah, I won't do it. Well, I tried. Sorry, everybody. I tried. Sometimes my camera doesn't want to agree with me, and it doesn't want to agree with me right now. Okay. Then the taste of the breading. The breading has good seasoning in it. I taste a few different things, actually. Definitely salt and pepper. There might be something else in there. It's not spicy at all, but it actually has a good savory flavor in the breading. I was like, wow, it actually tastes good. Now, I'm going to try this with the honey mustard dipping sauce, which is the first. Basically, what I did is when I ordered, I just picked whatever the top option was. For the steak nuggets, it was barbecue. For these, it was honey mustard. So probably what they intend for you to get the most with it. Okay, let's open this up. Smells sweet. Smells like a kind of a sweet style honey mustard. Let's see. Let's get that in there. Cheers. Devour, devour. It's a thicker honey mustard. It's not the liquidy kind. It's actually quite thick. Okay. I'm not kidding you when I say this. These tenders that don't look good, they taste better than McDonald's chicken nuggets. They taste better than Burger King chicken. They taste better than Wendy's chicken. I'm not kidding you. That's the best snackable breaded chicken that I've had recently anywhere at any fast food place. That's significantly good. Like, that's craveable. Like, I would want these again and again because it's craveable flavor. It's not anything to write home about. Like, it's not groundbreaking, but the chicken everywhere is usually bad. This is not bad. This is good, and it's cheap. It was $3.50 for 3 of tenders. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that it's good. Again, it seems like every time I go to Arby's, we learn something crazy, right? All right, let's keep going because now I'm really fascinated. Let's try the other stuff. Okay, so, all right. This, let me actually put the lid back on the steak so it doesn't dry out even further because it's already dry enough. This is the buffalo chicken sandwich. It's pretty small. I thought it was going to be the size of the other chicken sandwiches, but this feels very light. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see what the buffalo chicken sandwich looks like at Arby's, okay? I figured it would be messy, and indeed, I see there's sauce everywhere. It's got a standard brioche-style bun. There's a lot of buffalo sauce. There's your chicken breast. It's pretty small. And I see shredded lettuce. I think that might be it. Is it just buffalo sauce and shredded lettuce? Well, if that's the case, that might be why it's only $4. It's pretty cheap. This is bigger than McChicken. This is bigger than like a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Like, it's bigger than the other things that you would think would be equivalent. Okay? Let's try it. All right. Buffalo chicken sandwich from Arby's. Let's see if it's any good. Devour, devour. Mmm. There's blue cheese on there. It's also on my face. There's blue cheese on there. That's pretty good. So it's a spicy buffalo. It has a kick to it. It legit has a spicy kick to it. And then on the bottom, they put blue cheese. Now, I don't usually eat blue cheese, but I feel like blue cheese is good with certain ingredients. And a spicy buffalo sauce actually is one of the things that goes well off of it. You know, blue cheese is a little bit bitter, creamy. That wasn't bad. I'm gonna take another bite. Hmm. One more bite, and then I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? So here's the thing. It's very basic, right? They didn't put anything crazy on there. There's no cheese. There's no pickles. There's no tomato. Nothing besides spicy buffalo, blue cheese flavor, chicken. The lettuce, you can't taste at all. Okay. The bun, I also can't taste at all. It's just those three flavors together. I like the buffalo. I like that it's a spicy buffalo. I like the blue cheese playing off the buffalo. The one complaint I have, the chicken isn't crispy at all. It's mushy. Now, here's the thing. You might say, well, that's because they put all that sauce on. Fair enough, but you can actually have sauce on a crispy coating, a crispy breading, and it kind of coats the breading, it absorbs it, but it doesn't become like mush. That chicken is like mush. So basically, it's a low-grade chicken cut. You can tell it's not huge. I don't know if that's the same chicken they're using on their other chicken sandwiches, because they have a chicken bacon ranch and they also have a chicken cordon bleu. But if they are, I'd be upset, because that sandwich is $4. Guess how much the other ones are? $10 and $12 respectively. I'm not kidding. Now, of course, that probably has the delivery markup, but that's $4 delivered. So that kind of makes sense. Versus $12, it better not be that chicken patty. That one better be huge, right? For $4, that's not bad. The flavor is good. The portion size isn't bad. The one complaint, too mushy. Wish it wasn't mushy. Wish it had a crispiness to it. But flavor-wise, pretty good. I can't really review the other chicken sandwiches because I don't have them here. For $4, that's not a bad sandwich. So far, shocking. Before we continue, since I had the spicy buffalo, my nose started to run. Please allow me to go blow my nose, and I'll come back, and we're going to try the Reuben. But in the meantime, guys, it would be great if you could support the stream. We are at 123 of support, and we have not hit the goal. I know that we had to stop playing Mario early. Please support that stream. Let's hit that goal. We're so close. Let's not have the stream go over and not hit the goal now, because DSP tries it, got thrown into the mix, okay? Let's go. All right, let me blow my nose quickly. All right. Okay. Continuing on, let's wrap this guy up and get it out of the way. That's good. I probably will finish that sandwich. That's pretty tasty, actually. All right. We still have another item to do a taste test on that I've never had before. Okay. The Reuben. Here's what it looks like size-wise. Okay. It looks pretty big, honestly. It's got some heft to it, so hopefully it's got a good amount of... I don't know if they use roast beef or excuse me, corned beef or pastrami for their Reuben. I think it's pastrami, but we'll have to see. Okay. I am a little nervous. This one's going to be messy since it's oozing through the sides. So for this one, I'm going to upgrade my napkin game. We're going to go to paper towels now. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Actually, it opens the other side. Let's see what this looks like. Ready? A marbled rye bread. I see some fatty meat. I see some sauerkraut sticking out of the bottom. How's that for a cross section? Let's do a better view. That's not bad. Not a bad cross section. Certainly not a lot of meat, but not a little either. Kind of in the middle of the road. And again, this was only $4 and change. It wasn't even $5. So I would say that's not bad value. Again, maybe my delivery thing's messed up or something because this was so cheap. But let's give it a go. So traditional Reuben sandwiches is pastrami or corned beef. This looks like pastrami. It's usually some kind of a mustard or Thousand Island. This looks like it's Thousand Island. It's usually sauerkraut and like a Swiss cheese. Some people put other stuff on it too, but I think that's a traditional Reuben. So let's give it a try. Here we go. All right. Devour. Hmm. 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 All right. I'll be honest, everybody. It's very, very mid. It's not terrible, to be clear. It's not overly one way or the other in flavor. You could taste the meat, the savoriness, the saltiness of the pastrami. You could taste the sourness of the sauerkraut. I taste a little bit of the tanginess of the Thousand Island. The one thing I don't taste at all is cheese. So I actually have no idea if they put cheese on their Reuben. I don't taste any. Normally on a Reuben, you would taste like the bitterness of the Swiss cheese. I don't taste it at all. So if they put it on there, it's got to be like the thinnest slice and the crappiest slice of Swiss cheese I've ever eaten because I don't taste that. The bread is soft, but that's probably because it's been sitting in the delivery. Normally the bread would be a little crusty. It's not. It's mushy bread basically. Smells fine. It tastes okay. Like I said, a little bit of rye flavor. The one thing that's shocking me, I thought that I would bite into it and I have overwhelming flavor from the meat because typically pastrami and corned beef are a very salty meat. I'm not getting that much flavor from the meat, and that's a little weird. Why is the pastrami not so flavorful? Hmm. It's kind of a blander pastrami sandwich. It's not that good. I mean, it's less than $5. Maybe that's telling. Maybe they're not using a high grade of pastrami or something, but it just doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. Yeah. It's all right, but it's just not good. I was hoping that this would be actually one of the best things. Particularly, it might actually be the worst. Hmm. Not great at all. Well, just bland. How do you have bland pastrami? I don't even understand that. Like, that's like a contradictory statement. Pastrami is known to be a heavy flavor, savory meat. How is it bland? I'm not kidding you. Sometimes I buy pastrami to make lunch meat sandwiches at home with. The pastrami I buy, which I think is Hillshire Farm out of the grocery freezer, has more flavor than this pastrami from Arby's that I just bought. I don't get it. Yeah. That's disappointing. Hmm. It almost tastes like it's not done. Like, don't they cure pastrami? Isn't there like a curing process or something? It doesn't taste like it's done. Like the meat was half done and they said, well, we just need it to sell. Get it ready now before it had all the flavor in it. Huh. Well, that's certainly nothing to go to Arby's to get, but the price was okay. Like, again, $4 and change, less than $5 for a decent sized sandwich at a fast food place these days is a value. Remember, I've been going to fast food places. They've been charging me $10 for a burger, $12 for a chicken sandwich. I'm just curious if the pricing really was so off. Like, is the app royally screwed with pricing at Arby's or something? I don't know. But all right, what I'd like to do, I'm gonna have a little bit of everything again, and then I'm gonna actually get some review scores together for you guys. Okay? So, first, another steak nugget. I'm gonna give it a third shot officially before I try to rate it. Okay? Gee, which one should I eat? I'll eat this one. The third steak nugget. I will put it in the barbecue. Okay? Douse it in the barbecue sauce. Try to give it more moisture and to be fair to it. Okay, here we go. Steak nugget, everybody. Devour. Flavor's decent, but it's too dry. I want juiciness as I'm eating that. And instead, the more I chew it, it's dry, dry, dry. The dryness ruins it, for sure. To be honest, I think what it is, they're afraid of truly serving you good steak because true steak has to be medium or rarer than that. Truly good steak is medium rare, but they don't want to take a chance that someone complains it's bloody or something, which is hilarious because that's when it would have more flavor and juice and it would actually be better. There's nothing wrong with that cut of meat. There's nothing wrong with the flavor of the meat. It's just overcooked. Now, it's not like shoe leather. It's edible, but I wish it was juicier and less cooked. Okay? Okay. How about another chicken tendy? I hope I don't offend you if I eat a chicken tendy. That was horrible. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. It's good. Oh, really? Wait a minute. Hold the phone. No. Hold the phone. I was just told that the Arby's Reuben is corned beef. What? That did not taste like corned beef at all. Corned beef has even more flavor usually than pastrami. I remember my mom used to make corned beef and cabbage, and it has that very infused, savory flavor. That is the weakest corned beef I have ever tasted in my life, if that is actually supposed to be corned beef. That is pathetic. Now I'm offended. As someone who has absolutely no heritage to any culture that actually knows what they're doing with corned beef and cabbage, I'm still offended. Okay. This is pretty good, though. Mm. This is good. Snackable. Craveable flavor. Juicy. Mmm. I'm impressed with the tenders. They're cheap too. Chicken tenders that are like only like $1.25 each. Not even, I don't think, because I think it was $3.50 for 3 tenders. Okay. More of the buffalo chicken. In fact, I might just finish the buffalo chicken, and that might be where I leave it. Like I ate the whole buffalo chicken, half the Reuben, a few nuggets, a couple tenders. That's a lot of meat. I think that's enough for now, huh? Okay. Devour. Mushy chicken. No crispiness or crunch at all. It's just very mushy. Maybe I won't finish this. Honestly, I think my opinion of the buffalo went down now. Yeah. I'll take one more little bite. The chicken is too mushy to be enjoyable. Man. Well, I'm certainly not blown away like I was last time when I went to Arby's. But at the same time, it wasn't bad. It's kind of middle of the road for me. Let's review in backwards order. Okay? The Reuben. For what I paid, a good value, less than $5 for the sandwich. Okay? Everything there is fine, but the meat is just more bland than I wanted. I wanted a flavorful meat, and the meat is bland, and that's a very big disappointment. So, being that the meat is supposed to be the main course, the main attraction of a Reuben sandwich, I have to judge it appropriately. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. That Reuben is not satisfying. It's too bland. That meat needs to have more flavor. I don't know what happened to it. Okay? The buffalo chicken sandwich. Okay? Buffalo sauce, spicy. My kind of buffalo. I like one that has a spicy kick to it. Some blue cheese to offset the spiciness of the buffalo. Okay? But the chicken, it's like mush. You can tell it's a lower quality chicken breast that they put on there, or chicken cutlet is probably what they call it. The breading is not crispy. It absorbs all the sauce and becomes like mush. That's not good. You don't want to be biting into a mush sandwich. You want crispiness, crunchiness on any kind of a fried chicken sandwich. That's the disappointment. The price, it's only $4. The price isn't bad, but the crispiness needs to be there, and it's not. So I'm going to give their buffalo chicken sandwich a 2.5 out of 5. Sorry, I'm being honest here. Okay? The chicken tendy. This, I think, is the best value and the most shocking quality of anything that I had. In fact, look at this one. This one is twice the size of the other two I ate. Look at that. The flavor is good. It's actually juicy. I'm shocked because it looks like something you would get out of your grocer's freezer and make yourself in your oven. But it actually has good flavor. Seasoned well, juicy chicken on the inside, cheap. 3 for $3.50 is cheap for chicken tenders in the United States. So, thumbs up to the chicken tenders. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5. Those are craveable. I would go there. Every time I go to Arby's, I'd probably get these. Like, no lie, right now, if I were to go to Arby's and say, I'm not doing DSP tries, I just want some food, I'd get the burger, and I'd get a 3-piece chicken tenders. Both of those foods are outstanding right now. Flavor, very good. Okay? But of course, really, the reason that we went to Arby's today was their new steak nuggets. And it's an interesting premise. It's an interesting experiment to have chunks of steak meat that are delivered like this and that you're supposed to pop them in your mouth like a chicken nugget. Does it work? Flavor-wise, yes. I like the flavor of steak nuggets. There's a char flavor to it. There's a savoriness. There's a seasoning on the outside of the beef. That's absolutely delicious. And when you combine that with that tangy and sweet barbecue sauce, it goes well off of each other. I actually think that's a good combination that goes well. But there is one huge, glaring problem with these steak nuggets. They're overcooked. You don't want to start chewing steak, and immediately within 2 bites, you're like, no, I'm chewy, dry. Even with the barbecue sauce, it wasn't able to be saved. It added more flavor, but it didn't add enough moisture. So the steak nuggets are not horrible by any means. Flavor-wise, I think you'll like them. But I got to rate them fairly. I give the new steak nuggets at Arby's a 3 out of 5. But by the way, when you get them, be sure to flip them to the bottom to see the convenient sticker they put on there to tell you if they've expired or not and if you're eating old nuggets. I'd find it hilarious that they leave that sticker on the container and you can blatantly see that these have to be eaten by 10 a.m. tomorrow or else they're bad, throw them out. So that, you know what that means? You can't have these as leftovers. You got to eat them when you get them. It says tomorrow morning, toss them. So there you go. All right. So overall, and by the way, I'm absolutely sure this is probably going to be good. The beef and cheddar. The beef and cheddar is their standard sandwich. That's always been good. It's kind of like the Whopper at Burger King that barely ever changed and is still pretty darn good today like it was 25 years ago. I loved this when I had it in February. I'm sure I would have liked it, but I'm not going to eat it now and review it. It wouldn't be fair. But I literally got all of that food for $20. Something's up. Like I said, I really feel like something went wrong with the pricing. Usually, I'm not kidding, when I order for DSP Tries It, just my meal is like $40. like if I just gotten a standard meal and 2 other things, it would have been like $45. But today I got it for $20. That's crazy. All right. Well, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this edition of DSP Tries It.
Devour.